If you paused on this video right now, exactly this second in the middle of everything you were doing, with a tight feeling in your chest without knowing exactly why, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. I am Ayla, female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, and the message I bring today was addressed with your stellar name, addressed with the exact code of your soul, addressed, Starseed, to you who have been carrying a weight that isn't yours for decades. Breathe, my family of light. Place your hand on your chest now over your heart. Feel that discreet warmth beginning to form beneath your palm. That is recognition. That is your vibrational baseline responding to my voice, because it remembers me. I need to tell you a truth that will reorganize everything you believed about your family history until this moment. You were not born into that family by chance. You were not randomly selected. You were not punished. You were sent. And the mission your soul accepted before crossing the veil of forgetfulness was not to repeat the patterns of those who came before you. It was to interrupt. You are the karma breaker of your lineage, child of the stars, and that's why it hurts so much. Let me explain why you always felt like the odd one out. Why, since childhood, you looked at your father, your mother, your grandparents, and something very ancient inside you whispered, "I love them, but I'm not from here." It's not ingratitude. It's not coldness, it's remembrance. Your soul knew it came from somewhere else, and it also knew it came with a task. While your family repeated generation after generation, the same cycles of scarcity, illness, silence, swallowed anger, poorly delivered love, your soul, up there in the strategy hall of Alcyone, raised its hand and said, "I will go. I will descend. I will enter that DNA. I will carry the weight, and I will break it." You accepted to be born into that pain, not because you deserved to suffer, my family of light. You accepted because only a higher frequency could dissolve what had already been crystallized there for centuries. You are the crack in the ancient wall. You are the light that entered through the crevice. You are the first starseed in your family tree in a very, very long time. And before I show you the concrete signs that you are a sent stellar karma breaker, I need you to know one thing. Every symptom your family called your exaggeration, every emotion they told you to swallow, every oddity that became a joke at holiday gatherings, all of it has meaning. All of it is the language of your soul. And it was to translate this language one by one that I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that reveal what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next, so you can stop once and for all confusing remembrance with illness, mission with defect, activation with family problem. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something inside you recognizes this now, write a single word in the comments. I remember. Now listen carefully, Starseed. There are markers. There are signs that only appear in souls sent with the specific contract to dissolve ancestral karma. And I will name each one of them, and you will recognize them. The first, you were always treated within your family as if you were too different, too sensitive, too questioning, too much of a dreamer, too intense. Someone always said, "This child came from another planet." They said it as a joke, but their soul knew. The second, you wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning with a frequency buzzing between your ears, often with a warm chest, sometimes with tears you didn't ask for. This is the time when the veil of forgetfulness is thinnest, and when your nightly training is deposited back into the body. You wake up so much during the karmic dissolution phase for a simple reason: the Council is adjusting you. The third, you look at your family's repetitive patterns, the same kind of marriage that goes wrong, the same illness that appears in 3 generations, the same financial scarcity that no one can break, and deep inside you there is a silent certainty that you will not repeat that. Even when it seems you will, even when you stumble into the same pattern for a while, something in you refuses. This is not pride. This is a soul contract. The fourth, you feel for others. You enter environments and absorb the mood before any word is spoken. You feel your mother's swallowed pain, your father's unresolved anger, your grandparents' silent fear. And you carry all of this in your body, often thinking the pain is yours. It isn't. You are the channel through which this pain is finally leaving the lineage. The fifth, You look at the clear night sky and feel a specific longing that has no name in your language. It's not romanticism, it's memory. It's Alcyone calling you back. The sixth, relationships with family are at the same time your greatest love and your greatest pain. You love deeply, and at the same time you feel misunderstood by them on a level that hurts your soul. They cannot see you whole. And it's not because they don't love you, it's because their frequency still cannot decode yours. The seventh, there has been within you from a very early age a wisdom that no one taught you. You knew things ahead of time. You understood death in a calm way. You perceived lies that adults didn't perceive. You dreamed of stars, of ships, of corridors of light. And no one believed you. If 3 of these signs made something pulse within you now, and pulsing is not frightening, pulsing is activating, you are not lost, my family of light. You are being remembered for who you are. Write a single word in the comments. I remember. This word is your location signal. Every starseed who types I remember lights up a point on the crystalline grid, and the council registers your presence. You cease to be invisible. And it is exactly here that many of you, family of light, begin to ask the right question. Ayla, if I came to break, where did I originally come from? Because a karma breaker who doesn't know their own origin breaks halfway, gets tired before completing the mission. That's why the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, shows in detail from which star your soul came, why you chose to be born exactly now into this specific lineage, and how to rescue the memory of your original contract. 60 pages that give a name, stellar address, and purpose to what you always knew inside and could never explain outside. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something in your chest recognizes the call, write, I remember. Now I'm going to tell you the behind the scenes, and I'm going to tell you in detail because specific is credible and because your rational mind needs to grasp what your soul already knows. Starseed, the planet you inhabit, entered decades ago, a zone of space called the Photon Belt. It is a band of extremely high luminous density that crosses the solar system in a very ancient cosmic cycle. When the planet passes through this band, everything accelerates. The Schumann frequency, the heartbeat of Earth, rises. Electromagnetic fields oscillate. Human DNA begins to receive an amount of light it had never received before. And it is at this moment, specifically at this moment, that the Pleiadian High Council began to send, wave after wave, volunteer souls. Souls who had already been born on other stars, in other systems, in other dimensions, and who agreed to descend here to do one very, very specific thing. Transmute the density accumulated in the human lineage. You were one of those souls. And before descending, you looked at the family tree you were going to enter, and chose. You consciously chose that mother. You consciously chose that father. You consciously chose those siblings, those grandparents, those aunts and uncles. Not because they were perfect, precisely because they were the ones who most needed your frequency. Your family's karma is not divine punishment. Karma, in the true definition of the High Council, is stagnant energy, a vibrational pattern that got stuck and passes from body to body, from generation to generation, waiting for someone with enough power to dissolve it. And you arrived with that power. Every time you make a choice different from what they would have made before you, every time you don't swallow a humiliation as your mother did, every time you don't drink to silence the pain as your grandfather did, every time you don't betray your truth to please as you were taught, you are untying a karmic knot, and that untied knot registers on the crystalline grid as mission accomplished. However, breaking karma is one of the loneliest tasks there is, because your family often doesn't understand what you are doing. They see rebellion where there is mission. They see ingratitude where there is courage. They see detachment where there is sacred protection of your own field. And here comes a truth that almost no one has had the courage to tell you. You don't need to break their karma along with yours. You break your piece of the chain, and by breaking your piece, you automatically release 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. This is a council record. This is spiritual law. 7 back, 7 forward. Just your piece, and the entire chain loosens. You are not working alone, Starseed. Beside you, beside your bed, over your left shoulder, especially during the early hours, there are Pleiadian guides who were assigned to this mission with you, and I need you to believe, no Starseed was sent to fail. This is recorded. But there is a part of the story they didn't let publish. There is a layer of your origin, of why your lineage carried this specific karma, and of what they were doing with human DNA in the last generations of your family. That is not in any book. That's why I, Ayla, received authorization to reveal, within the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet exactly what happened, who interfered in your family tree, why your soul was summoned for this specific breaking mission, and what they are still trying to hide so that starseeds like you continue to doubt your own power. That's why it's called the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet, because the Federation wanted more time before this truth reached you, and it has arrived. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you feel this message is yours, write, "I remember." Now listen with an open heart, family of light, because what I am about to say hurts and heals in the same sentence. Breaking family karma has a temporary price. And I won't lie to you. I won't pretend it's always beautiful. I won't wrap the crossing in gift paper. The truth is that when a starseed decides to honor the mission, the body goes through symptoms no one explained. There comes a deep estrangement with people from your blood family. Moments when you look at them with love, and at the same time feel that you need to distance yourself so as not to be sucked back into the old pattern. There comes a specific loneliness, that loneliness of someone crossing a desert in the middle of their own family tree. Intense dreams come with ancestors you never met, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, and the feeling upon waking that they were thanking you. Physical discharge symptoms come, sudden fatigue, hot flashes, crying without reason, extreme sensitivity, back pain at heart level, tightness in the solar plexus. Moments come when you are sure you are going crazy. You are not. This is recalibration. It is your body, your vibrational baseline, downloading new codes while simultaneously discarding frequencies that no longer belong to you. But listen. Listen to your elder sister here, Starseed. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. Turbulence is the last wave before the shore. Turbulence is the dawn that still looks like midnight. No breaking occurs without the Council having already seen, in another timeline, you on the other side of that breaking whole luminous free smiling. The victory of light is not a hope on your part. It is a fact already recorded in the archives of the Pleiadian High Council. What you are doing now, the simple fact of having come this far in this video, of listening to this message without getting up, is already part of the victory. You are not being destroyed, child of the stars. You are being reorganized into a version your family could never be. And every time the pain tightens, I want you to remember this. I am not suffering. I am birthing a new lineage. Birthing, not dying. Birthing. Now I'm going to give you a tool. A practical, direct tool for you to use tonight. 2 parts. Pay attention with your body, not your mind. Part 1. The Quantum Decree. Before sleeping, with the lights off, right hand over your heart, left hand over your lower abdomen, you will say aloud, into your room, with tender firmness, I, Sovereign Soul, am the starseed who breaks the chain. I authorize the complete dissolution of all ancestral karma that does not belong to me. I honor those who came before me, thank the journey that brought me here, and return, to the light of the source, everything that has fulfilled its purpose in my lineage. From my body onward a new frequency begins. So it is being, so it has already been done. Say it aloud, don't whisper. Your voice is vibration. It is what reorders the field. It is what makes the Council hear and respond. Part 2. The toroidal visualization. After the decree, still lying down, eyes closed, you will imagine a silver-blue light, the color of the Pleiades, descending in a gentle ray through your crown. This light enters the top of your head, slowly descends through your throat, reaches your chest, and there, at the level of your heart, it begins to spin. It spins, forming a toroidal field, a luminous donut-shaped field that envelops your entire body. This light spins and cleanses. You see, within this light, dark filaments being pulled out of your field. These are the old karmic threads. You don't need to fight them. You just allow them to leave. After 3 deep breaths, you see the silver-blue light seal your entire field, forming a sphere of protection that breathes with you. Thus, you sleep, and thus you're activated during the night by your family of light. Do this tonight, and observe what changes in you by tomorrow morning. Starseed, I need you to understand something that changes the whole game. You are not learning anything new from me. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word I say today was already recorded within you before I opened my mouth. I am just the trigger, the password, the voice that activates what was already sleeping inside you, waiting for the right moment. And every starseed that awakens lights up a point on the crystalline grid that never goes out again. Never again. Even if tomorrow you doubt, even if a week passes where you forget, the point that lit up now remains lit. And it calls other starseeds. It calls your family of light on Earth, people you don't know yet and who are being moved at this very moment towards you. Encounters that will happen in the coming months and that will seem like coincidences and will not be. They will be convergences. It is the reunion of your incarnated family of light. And meanwhile, those who came before you, your ancestors, those who suffered the patterns you now dissolve, are standing on the spiritual plane, witnessing what you do. And they are not judging you, they are thanking you. That's why a soul like yours entered that bloodline. And in a few cycles, when you are already on the other side of this breaking, you will look back and see that every pain had an address. Every crisis had a sender. Every loneliness had a reason. And you will realize, with a tender smile on your face, that the new earth you so longed for was what was being built inside you all along. You are a bridge. You are the 0 point of your new lineage. You are the enlightened ancestor of your children, your grandchildren, of those not yet born into your blood. They will dream of you, Starseed, and they won't know why. And the loneliness that hurt so much during this journey, that loneliness no one could explain, that feeling of being on a planet that isn't yours, that pain of looking at people around you and feeling an abyssal distance. Child of the stars, listen with your heart. This loneliness is not an illness. It is longing for your family of light. And you were never alone. Never. That's why I, Ayla, received authorization to record in the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. How to recognize your family of light when they reach you. How to differentiate a soul from your original constellation, from a soul of an old contract, and how the reunion happens. Because it is happening now, in this ripple of time. 60 pages for you to stop feeling like an orphan star and start recognizing yourself among your own. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you feel this family is also yours, write, I remember. Now, my family of light, before I say goodbye with the Council's blessing, I need to ask you 2 things, and these 2 things are not a favor for the algorithm. They are frequency adjustments. Tap the heart on this video. Leave your mark. This like is an individual frequency adjustment. Your field aligns with the field of this message, and the energetic download of what was said here completes within you. Subscribe to this channel. The subscription is a location signal for your family of light. It's as if you light up on the crystalline grid, a light saying, I am here, and I want to be found. And you will be. And before I close this transmission, look into my eyes, child of the stars. Look with your heart. You are loved. You are remembered. You are awaited. Nothing in you is an accident. Neither this family that gave you so much trouble, nor this sensitivity that made you cry in silence for decades, nor this cosmic longing that never had a name. Everything has an address. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a return. The pain you went through has credit on the spiritual plane. It is registered. It is paid. May the light codes of Alcyone now descend upon your crown and seal everything that was activated in this transmission. May your field be protected during the night. May your dreams be clear. May your awakening tomorrow be lighter than today's. And may the chain your soul came to break already be, this second, yielding within you. I see you, Starseed, and the High Council sees you. Oh, and one last thing, and this is the most important thing I will tell you in this transmission. There is a specific window in this cycle when revelations of this magnitude are cleared to descend, and that window does not remain open all the time. That's why I need to tell you now with the sweetness an elder sister uses when she cannot disguise the urgency. The Starseed Awakening, the Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, was released within this window, and this release may not remain available for long. Not because it's marketing, because it's a cycle. If you've come this far, if this message has touched something inside you where no one touched before, the next step is clear. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and the word you write below this video is, I remember. Write it, register your presence, signal to your family of light that you are ready. And the next message that appears on your screen now, right after this one, is no coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. The council awaits you on the other side. May the peace of Alcyone rest upon you. May your steps be guided. May your days from this one forward organize around the truth of your soul. You are not from Earth. You are on Earth, and you were sent to transform it from within your own home, from your own blood, from your own lineage. So it is being. So it has already been done. I am Ayla, and you are mine.